Hey you guys, welcome to my channel. I'm the 20th Key, and this is Critical Thinking with the 20th Key. Again, welcome. And so again, I want to talk to you briefly, give you a quick overview if this is your first time here, um, about the nature of critical thinking with the 20th Key. This channel specifically is about the liberation of Black people. I believe that America has broken its promise to Black people under the 14th Amendment, and this channel is direct purpose is to aid in the liberation of Black people. And so in order for us to be liberated in this country, and I mean that, and when you say liberation, we're not equal. And one of the things that I concern myself with the most is that we're last on most of the fronts. And I think it's a direct relationship to the fact that Black people are not equal, according to the 14th Amendment. So in order for us to actively participate in liberation of ourselves in this country, we have to be critical thinkers, you guys. We have to be able to think critically. So listen, I did an intro about critical thinking and the specifics of what it is to think critically. I'm going to link that below in this description so you guys can take a look at that. Okay, so I don't have to get into it today. But today, you know what, guys, we're going to talk about this. What should I call her? I want to call her on her Instagram, she's called herself an artist. She's an influencer. She's a model. And she's a social media personality. Her name is Ebonee Davis. Beautiful young Black girl. And you guys, y'all be doing the most. Y'all be doing, look, I'm on a few social media platforms. I don't know how y'all be doing so many. But TikTok is a big thing, right? And so she's on TikTok, Instagram. You guys, I am on social, but I'm not like some of y'all. And the reason why I'm saying that, I'm trying to give an intro or background of the subject matter, the young lady who we're going to talk about today. Her name is Ebonee Davis, and Ebonee Davis did a TikTok video regarding an issue she had. Okay, so this girl, I don't want to call her Instagram model because she's not an Instagram model. This girl is a full-on working, beautiful Black model. She's a model and an actress, and you know, models and actors and social media influencers today, they get their work through private organizations, through industries. They have sponsorships through businesses and brands, right? And so, what this episode is about, we're going to talk about a TikTok video that Ebonee Davis did, and how she presented it concerns me. Okay, and I think it's a great opportunity for us to dissect her position on the TikTok video, and we discuss it as being from the Black community. If you're not from the Black community, you can weigh in. I'm not one of them Black people that say, "Oh, you can't talk." No, you might hear me say this in other videos, but I am of the mind that I'm open to learning from other groups, from people who don't think like me. It's this saying of, I'm looking for like people. I've never been that person. If I'm only looking for people who act like me, look like me, think like me, it minimizes my ability to grow. So you don't have to be Black to weigh in, okay? But this specifically is about the liberation of Black people. And to white people, I'm not going to get into it right now on this series. You might want to learn or hear more about this, my position on this, on Reunite Sandy Speaks. I think the oppression of Black people affects the community, the country in whole, in whole. So us being liberated, us being treated equally, us being treated fairly will improve the conditions of everyone across the board. But I'm not going to get into that too deeply. I want to talk about Ebonee. Her name is Ebonee Davis, and she is a beautiful Black girl. And again, I don't want to call her a Instagram model, because not saying anything about Instagram models, but this girl's a working model. So you guys, I'm going to go ahead and put the video in, and we're going to talk about it. Okay?
I'd like to take a minute to discuss the harsh reality that Black content creators face. I recently lost out on a 5-figure brand deal for posting this picture with this caption: Nowhere in the contract were there any stipulations given around what kind of content I could post, except for the branded content, which would be approved by the company. As for my personal content, nothing was said. After posting that picture and posting that caption, I received a phone call from my agent saying that the company thought it was inappropriate. And I just want to take a second to unpack that. When I read that caption, I read a playful articulation of the love I have for my man. It's been generally agreed upon by the Black community for decades that the N-word isn't derogatory, it's a term of endearment. And that brings us to the photo. Yet again, when I look at this picture, I see playfulness. I see a Black girl living her best life, having fun. There's nothing inappropriate about it to me, especially not in the world we live in today. For centuries, Black women's bodies have been scrutinized, they've been picked apart, they've been deemed unworthy, they've been deemed inappropriate, and this is yet again an extension of that rhetoric. It's the hypersexualization of the Black female body which has led to this very conversation. The only way someone else could deem this as inappropriate is if they projected their sexual desires onto me, or if they projected their underlying judgments onto me, which is what we call prejudice. Now, typically I would brush that off and say that's a you problem, but it becomes a me problem because it threatens my livelihood, just the same way these systems of oppression have threatened the livelihood of Black women for centuries. Furthermore, you want access to my audience, which is mostly Black women, without actually having a full appreciation for Black culture. Why is it that what's considered appropriate or professional is always adjacent to whiteness? You want the activist part of me that's articulate and intelligent, but that's just one side of my Black girl magic. Because the other side of me knows how to turn up and throw this ass. And that's what I'm gonna do. We don't have to separate who we are in order to please these companies. We don't have to erase or hide any aspect of our personality in order to get these bags. If you can't handle me at my back that ass up, you don't deserve me at my I have a dream.
Okay, so you saw a TikTok video, right? And so what she's saying, this is one of the situations or issues that Black content creators have to deal with. And so you guys as Black people, we always got to deal with our Blackness. Because we're not equal in this country. That's the nature of this channel. Is to liberate Black people and finally be treated equally in this country, or those who don't suffer real repercussions. Okay? So the question is did she lose the opportunity because of her Blackness? And you guys, I don't think so. She said it was a 6-figure opportunity, so more than likely it was a large brand. And as a large brand, this is business, you guys. This is business, and this is about you being mindful of how you present your product. Okay? Y'all, listen, it's some serious cancel culture going on out here today. Y'all are cancel people at a drop of a dime. Okay? Companies always have to be mindful and aware of their audience, not to offend. Okay? Even more so today. I want to talk about this video, but before I talk about her TikTok video and my concerns about it, I want to put in some content about this young lady. Okay? Her name is Ebonee Davis. I think Ebonee Davis. It's Ebonee. Y'all know I'm forgetful. And I will put you some stuff up. Let's say I have it on my phone. Her name is Ebonee Davis. And I took some shots of her Instagram. And actually, you know what, you guys? I will post her Instagram link below. Because, okay, why I'm doing this video about critical thinking? Because this is a bad girl. This is a model. This is like a real full-on working model. Okay? And I want her to win. Okay? And that's the only reason why I'm discussing this. I'm not criticizing her. I want her to win. And first of all, it's competitive like an MF out there, period. If you're a working model. In certain industries, acting, model, any entertainment industry, it is competitive. My daughter was a child actress, okay? And it's competitive. First, you have to have the look, but you also have to have the talent. And y'all see, this girl is bad, okay? That's why I'm concerned about her TikTok video. So y'all see she's a working model. And one of those photos, the afro photo with her in the afro, Beth Ann Hardison liked the photo. Y'all may not know who Beth Ann Hardison is. Google her. She's Kadeem Hardison's mom, and she is like one of the leading people in the fashion industry, and she liked her photo. So the point that I'm making to you guys is that, and I don't want to like minimize, I try to be very mindful of how I present myself and how I talk to you, because I don't want to offend anyone or anything. But she has a broad spectrum. She does probably promote on her Instagram where she makes money, so she does sponsored posts. But she's also a working model. Matter of fact, when I went to go look at her Instagram just now, she had an ad on that she was looking for an assistant for Fashion Week. This is a full-on working model. And I have concerns about her video because she's a content creator. And as a content creator, one of the avenues for content creating, one of the points or marketing efforts is that you talk about controversial stuff. I guess that's one of the things that's like a thing that goes on today. But I'm concerned about things that she touched on in the video, in her TikTok video. She said there was nothing in her contract that spoke about her personal post. And so I'm going to address this. And I think because she's a working model and she has the agent and she does all of this, she's already been given the framework for how to present yourself. Okay? There is some generational differences. You guys are like, accept me as I am or don't accept me at all. That's how your generation is. We're not going to go into that, but that's part of your generation. And you know what? Probably all younger people in their 20s or 30s always felt that way, right? About how they were going to do things different than their parents. And how you guys are millennials and I think Generation Y, y'all like, take me how I am and don't take me all. And I hear you. But when you try to sell product and you represent your brand, there's limits on that. And see, I'm hesitating because I know this is a new age and this is a new era. I get that, okay? And that's what she says in today's day and age. She says that this is not acceptable. But obviously so, because what she's attributing to, she's saying she didn't get the deal because it has to do with her blackness. That it sounds like she was trying to say that she's being treated differently as if this is one of the issues that black content creators have to deal with. But this is the thing. If they didn't want a black content creator, she wouldn't have been up for the job. She wouldn't have been one of the candidates. They were looking for a black person. Okay? And her pointing that out, Ebony, I don't know if you were just saying that so you can have talking points on your TikTok video, but girl, you know better. You know. They like your content. And you guys, today, Generation Y, I'm saying the right generation, it's like 18 to like 35. Y'all a little bit more provocative. Y'all a little bit more revealing about your bodies and stuff. But I'm posting her Instagram below. Her stuff is in good taste. She got a few like y'all twerking, throwing it. I'm gonna talk about her saying about throwing it, twerking it, and y'all, you know how y'all do today on Instagram. Her Instagram is pretty much professional. She has pretty much professional shots on there. She shows her beautiful body, like nudity and stuff, but it's art. Okay, it's done with art. I've took some notes on here, so I'll make sure I'm staying focused on the right things that concern me. Okay, here I'm putting the post using the N-word. Okay, when I first saw the video, I didn't like her behind in the video. I think it was suggestive and I think it was inappropriate. That's my personal opinion. Okay, when you look at all the other posts of her, it's not like it's a post of her where she's nude and she has like dirt or something on her boobs. And it's so beautiful. It's artistic. Her turning around, showing her ass, saying, took this. Yeah. Come on. There's taste levels here. So if you're a black person and in your neighborhood, it's cool to talk like that. That's how you talk to one another. I get that because you know what? I'm a black girl just like you. I'm a New Yorker. I live in Los Angeles. Growing up, the N-word was very... Leaving New York City, I moved down south when I was younger. Using the N-word, moving to the south was a problem for me. New Yorkers, we use the N-word like it's a euphemism for you, yo, you, guy, dude, this guy, my sister. Okay, if you know New York, we use the N-word all willy-nilly. Okay, so I'm saying to you, if in your neighborhood, in your area, it's common vernacular for you to say the N-word, I recognize that. But this is a business environment. She's not just posting on Instagram for her friends and followers. This is how she's making a living. And so for her to say it was nothing in the contract about it, it's questionable to me that I don't believe that she didn't know better. Okay? Okay, I find it very hard to believe, and I might be mistaken, that she doesn't recognize, maybe I'm wrong, because she posted this video with the N-word. And again, when I first saw it, I didn't see the N-word. It said this caption. I had to go to her page and find the post. And I said, ooh, she put that on her page. And y'all, because I'm black and I know how a lot of my people going to think. She keeping it real. That's how we talk. This is. What did she say? She said, "This is okay." Let me tell you what she said. This is. She referred to her man as a playful articulation. Blah. She referred to as a playful articulation of love that she has for her man. Yeah, that's cute. But Ebony, this is your business. Okay, this is your business. So I hope I'm making sense here because I know I'm rambling right now. I'm rambling because I want y'all to come for me by me making this video. I just want her to win, and I'm trying to distinguish between when we're being discriminated against and it's wrong, it's unconstitutional, it's a violation of our civil rights, or is it regular protocol in business? I took some notes. And as I said, this is another thing. She talks about the sexualization of black women, which confused the F out of me. Sis. And so what I know is many of the people who are watching this video, a large portion of the people who watch YouTube, seeing asses is normal. You guys are desensitized. It's a thing when you're bouncing and you're shaking your ass. So it's no big deal. To y'all, her butt's covered and it's cute. I find that photo to be very suggestive. Okay? And then she says, see, I am really concerned. I took notes. She says, the sexualization of black women. That she makes a big to-do about us being sexualized. Sis. You showing your butt and saying, "Man, took this photo." Is hypocrite the word? I don't know if that's hypocritical or I don't know if that's the right word or a poor judgment. She rants about black women being over-sexualized. And you guys, let me tell you something. I always come from a place of personal stuff, and I'm going to do better as I share as much personal stuff, how my personal opinion, because this is critical thinking, right? So when it's critical thinking, we're being rational, we're thinking critically. But I am sharing my personal opinion. My personal opinion that black women are over-sexualized. And I think how we doing what we doing, you guys, I'm a sexual person. I'm into fashion. I think women should be, my background is in styling, okay? And most women I style depending on their personality. I will add a alluring, sexy, feminine element to the look. Always. We're girls. As you get to know me, you will see that I think there's a distinction between men and women. That we are different. Men and women are different. Okay? And so one of the things that makes us beautiful and makes us different from men is is our femininity. We have boobs. We're curvy. We're sexy. That's the distinction. Men are masculine. They're hard. So I'm okay about owning your sexuality, right? But she's ranting about black women being over sexualized, saying, yeah, you want me for my articulation, but you might as well take me for my black girl bounce, booty bounce. And I said, wait, hold up, sis. Do we want to be respected and known for our intellectual abilities more so than our sexuality? And what I know when I say this out loud right at this moment, that's a personal choice, right? But this young lady is a model, brand spokesperson. So you have to be mindful if she's going if she does one campaign with them, sis, that's going to live on forever. The N word alone on there, that's controversial. What she's trying to say, this is my community, this is how we talk, this is how we move. If you want to me to sponsor and promote your brand, your product, this is who I am. So all know who I am. No, you guys. And why I'm really hesitant, because I find it very hard to believe that she doesn't know that. But then again, when I'm on Instagram and on some of the different platforms, I'm seeing stuff like, you guys, I'm not trying to be funny, but y'all really willy-nilly about showing your asses with thongs up your ass. And this is probably not off topic, but I think men are becoming desensitized because they're used to seeing your ass. And again, yes, I'm from a different generation. But as black women, you guys, I'm struggling with this because as I struggle, what's coming in my mind is what your argument is going to be against what I'm saying. That we should be treated differently. If white girls can do it, we should be able to do it. And I understand and I respect that. But real quickly, I'm building a black party. And one of the things that I want to do across the board is raise the intellectual level of black people. Not that we're not already intelligent, we're not already articulate, we don't already have smart, articulate, well-rounded people in our community. I want us to be known for it. Asian people are known for being smart or whatever. Indians are known for being engineers. And I'm a black person, and I think I'm relatively smart. I know many intelligent black men and women, many, but they don't frame us or characterize us as smart black women. Okay? That brand, whoever the brand may have been, they might be mindful. Okay? Today, I am concerned with some brands. A lot of brands are very inclusive with black people, makeup and different commercials and stuff. And you guys, y'all know, I believe that there is an element in this country that believes that we're secondary and that they're primary. And I don't always believe that these commercials or these brands targeting our people is about being inclusive. I believe it's about they want our dollar. Okay? And so, Ebonee, what you're saying is that this is my black culture. And if you want me and my culture, you got to take all of me. But the thing is, they do want your black audience. Not all your black audience might be comfortable with you using the N-word and posting it, or us even being seen like that. Like, Ebonee, I think you a bad mama. You bad, sis. And I want to see you do great, great things. I want you to be on actress, be like Naomi Campbell, be like Gabrielle, you or whoever. I want Ebonee Davis, I want the world to know your name just like they know, what's my girl's name? Viola Davis, okay? And it's troublesome that what I feel like, Ebonee, is that you made a mistake. It was poor judgment. And I think instead of owning your poor judgment, you are double downing, saying, yes, I did it, and if you don't like it, forget you. And at the end of the day, sis, that's your ego. That's your ego. These brands don't care about your ego. You flexing. If this is business. This is about money. And I find you to be beautiful. Okay? Where I saw your video, me and someone else shared your video. And she and I went back and forth about you saying what you said. You know, and that's probably one of the reasons why I'm making a video on it. Because I just thought it was inappropriate for you to have a video of your behind and the word and the N word. I think, Ebonee, that is cool to be you, to be playful. What did she say? She says, I throw down. I have notes on what she said on the video. She said something about she throw it or whatever. She said, I know how to turn up and throw that ass. That's what she said. Ebonee, you think white girls don't know how to turn up and throw that ass? How many white actresses, Lindsay Lohan, and different white actresses got in trouble for turning up too much? You think so? Because the point that I'm making here, this was not to me about her blackness. This is about a brand being cautious about who they do business with. Okay? So when you say, she said, I got those, you guys. She said, knowing how to turn up and throw that ass. You guys, I love y'all, but y'all be a little too much. My daughter be like, Mom, you just old. You don't get it. Y'all won't call me old. I don't care. I don't care. But sis, saying that you can throw that ass and turn up, that speaks to your character, your professionalism, your ability to show up and do the job, sis. And I know y'all gonna argue with me because I argue with my kid all the time about these same specific types of facts. This is a business again. And you know what, you guys, I took notes. I'm gonna tell y'all because I think my video's getting too long. I'm gonna tell y'all a story about myself. This is social justice page, but in my other life, which I'm hoping to revamp, I had a wardrobe consulting business, and I auditioned for a styling competition. It was sponsored by Macy's, and Jeannie Mai was the host. And I auditioned. The producer loved me. Why she loved me is she said, you remind me of Wendy Williams. And I used to get offended by that when you don't get mad to see this. But people, I didn't know who Wendy was. And people were like, you like Wendy Williams? I'm like, who is that? My friend, I could talk. And we probably in the same tribe, right? But the producer was really impressed with me. It was several different people interviewing. I was older at the time. This was like 10 years ago, 8 years ago, maybe. And I probably was 10 years older than most people that were auditioning. But I'm a badass wardrobe consultant. I'm a badass stylist. Not like to my own horn, but it's my talent. It's what I do. Okay. My background is in sales, so I know how to speak and talk to people. The producer was digging me. And she gave me more play than everybody in there. She was talking to me. She wanted to see me act like Wendy Williams, what it was. She wanted to see how much I'm like Wendy Williams. And I knew that. So I left. My daughter, I live in Los Angeles area. I live in Los Angeles County. And my daughter had a basketball game in San Diego. While we were driving to San Diego, I got the email. Like this is about 8 years ago. And the email asked me to show them my social media. I think this was before Instagram had really popped off. Twitter was the joint. Instagram was new. Most people who had iPhones had Instagram, but this was a while ago, you guys. And Twitter was like, I was on Twitter. I probably was on Instagram too, but I was on Twitter. And we were driving to San Diego, and I didn't answer immediately. I was scared to ask her, okay, to answer. The reason being, because I used to be on Twitter talking crazy. I got a Twitter account. I still be on Twitter talking reckless to people. Like kind of sort of, I got a personality and I have an opinion. And back then, if you, I don't know, some people are not on Twitter, some people are not into Twitter, because if you're on Twitter, it's not like posting pictures on Instagram. You have to engage and talk. And you guys, I don't remember who I said or what I said, but and you know what? Something alarmed me. Something that I had said, and it may have something to do with Macy's or something relating to Macy's. I had said on my Twitter. The lady she asked me more than one time via, this was on my phone, and this was over 8 years ago, so the phones were different. Back then, you couldn't delete tweets from your phone. You could only delete from the computer. This is how long ago it was. So when we were driving to San Diego, I was telling my daughter, and I remember my daughter was a child actress, right? I remember her being like, "Oh, mom, you got a call back." Like she loves Joe, my pretty actress daughter, right? And I was in the car and I was scared to tell her, because I knew you guys, I have a back injury. I know I'm making this video way longer than I need to, but I have a back injury. And I've had surgery since then, but back then I used to take Vicodin at night, not every night, but I would take Vicodin for pain and I would be a little lit, okay, you guys? So I used to be like a little turned up, talking crazy on Twitter. So anyway, long story short, you guys, I really was apprehensive. She asked me more than one time via email, the producer, and I sent her my Twitter. They didn't choose me. Even when I went back, I went over the producer's head and spoke to Macy's, because I'm a go-getter, okay? I'm like you, Ebony. I'm like, I want the job, okay? And so they told me they went a different direction. I don't remember the exact response, but they didn't choose me. And you guys, I'm not being conceited or tooting my horn. They were really interested in me. The producer, people tell me often that I remind them of Wendy Williams. I mean, I don't think so. I think we kind of resemble each other. We both cancers. We both like to talk. So maybe we do. But I had the longest audition. She talked to me the most, and she was really enamored with me. She kept asking me questions. We wanted to talk. She wanted to see me. When they emailed me, that was a callback. They wanted to see my social media. They probably wanted to see my followers. And at that time, I probably had like 3,000 followers on Twitter, because I was lit in Twitter back in the day. And I didn't get it. So I don't know. So it could be two reasons why I didn't get the job. Because they saw my Twitter and they saw me talking crazy, or because I delayed. They asked me more than one time to send them the my social media. And I don't know if they got a red receipt or whatever. I tried to act like I didn't see. I was going to try to wait till we went to the game, the San Diego game, and I went back home and I got to scrub my Twitter before I sent it to them. But because she asked more than one time, I kind of panicked. So I told her. And you guys, I didn't get the job. Okay? And Ebony, if you see this video, I'm not relating it to my blackness. I didn't get the job because I made a mistake. And I was talking reckless on Twitter. Okay, y'all know my Twitter. I still be talking reckless on Twitter. Fat Joe recently blocked me. Shouldn't say that, but he did. I apologize to him. I think I heard his films when I didn't mean to. Anyway, you guys. So I think that's all my points that I wanted to make about Ebony. Yeah. I'm troubled by her video because I kind of think TikTok is probably more viral than Instagram, and I just think it was. I think it was a bad decision. I think that it wasn't about her blackness. Now, you guys know when I say that, when we're black in this country, it's always about our blackness. Okay, but was it a conscious? Because unconsciously, stuff happened to us. That's what this whole channel is about. Us not being treated equally, that there is a prevailing consciousness that we're like last, we're second, that we're marginalized. That is what this channel is about. But it's important that when we call out these people, that for the most part, because we don't always know, that it's legitimate. And I honestly do not think If they were not interested in getting a black girl, why was she even a candidate? Because they want, what she said was, if y'all want my audience, yeah, they do want your audience. But Ebony, they don't want your audience at the expense of pissing someone off. There are black people. Like I said, I'm a New Yorker. We use the N-word really very differently in New York than outside of the country. When I left outside of the country and I moved down south, I used to call white people that. I went to school down south. They was like, I know the N-word. And I used to be like, I don't mean it that way. In New York City, we use the N-word. So I get that. Okay? I get it. Right? But more, what I want to say and what the point that I want to make the most is that this is still on her Instagram, okay? And when you work in this industry, you just don't want to give them a reason not to pick you and not to choose you. And black people, if you don't agree with me, I want us to talk about it, because this is critical thinking with the 20th key. This is critical thinking. And if you don't agree with me, if you think it was okay that she's well in her rights to post that, but I feel like it's harming her more than it is doing good. Having that video on Instagram and TikTok, okay, so what is it doing? How is it making us as a people better? Is it saying, okay, black girls, be comfortable with showing your ass and using the N-word on your social media? Is that what we want to be known for? See, I'm really big on accountability. Accountability, I can't speak. On accountability. And this is critical thinking with the 20th key. And if you follow this channel and you watch all my series, I am not happy about us being last. I'm sick of us being last. And I don't think we're last because we're not smart, we're not beautiful, we're not good enough, we're not articulate enough. We're last because we have not become cohesive and proactively work towards the liberation of black people. And again, in order to do so, we have to be able to think critically. And if you weigh the pros and cons, there's no pro to that. So what happens is black people, we're made to feel like we're nothing and we're no one. So frequently we come from a place of ego. We respond from a place of, even myself, often, respond from a place of, I'm good enough. No, how we hear it is I'm not good enough. How we hear it is my culture or who we are not good enough, because that's how this country makes us feel. So our knee jerk is to respond that way. But we have to be smart and intelligent. We have to weigh the pros and cons. There is no benefit. Okay, so, because I'm thinking, what is the benefit of her having that video? I'll tell you one of the benefits, because I'm a critical thinker. She might attract more people. Some people her age might, be able to relate to her, especially her blackness, because that is a naturally beautiful black girl who is very comfortable with her blackness. And that's her audience, young black women who are very comfortable with their blackness. So it could increase her not her marketability, but her viewers and her audience. And that is also a matrix of her being marketable and being valuable in terms of her value as a marketer, right? But then you're going to look at, and this is what they do, you guys. My background is business. They're going to look at her audience. Who's her audience? What they do. And if y'all don't know on Instagram or on your phone tell Google, Instagram, all your business. What you look at, what you like, they know you. Okay? And so if her benefit, one of the primary benefits is that it's going to expand her viewers because people relate to her. And she does want to do that, but this is her business. When we get out here, you guys, we have to be able to navigate and thrive, right? And so I want y'all to talk back to me. I stutter and I stumble, and I gotta just start saying how I mean it, because I'm scared y'all gonna cuss me out. I'm scared y'all gonna go off on me, and y'all, I'm a little sensitive. Right now, I'm sensitive. So if y'all say mean things to me, it's gonna hurt my feelings. I'm gonna let you know that. Okay, I'm here for us. I love black people. I'm taking my time doing this video and analyzing or dissecting her video because I want y'all to think critically. I want y'all to realize that she made a mistake, that she was in contractual negotiation with a big brand for a 6-figure contract, and she posted a picture of her butt with the N-word. And you guys, her Instagram is below. I want y'all to see. Her Instagram is tasteful. She has pictures, nudity, and so forth, but it's art. It's artistic. It's like Vogue magazine. It's not like, let me not offend nobody. You know, it's not like, look at my ass shot, look at my ass. Like, this is my ass. You know what I'm saying? But that picture, she was feeling herself in her outfit, and she probably liked the way her butt looked. So she was like, y'all, look, my man took this, right? And y'all, she said, this is a play for articulate way that I talk about my girl. I hear you. But I suggest if you're going to do that and you need to get a separate page. You have to have a separate Instagram that's private for your friends. Because I'm sorry, I believe that that's causing you more harm than is giving, than doing you good. I appreciate you, Ebonee, sharing your personal point of view. As a black woman in this country, you know I was gonna get emotional. Seeing you fills my heart. Seeing you speak as well as you speak, having an opinion, your badass photos. I want you to win. See, what I know is our fate is linked. When you win, I win. So this is not about me. This is not about me trying to come for you or criticize you. This for me is a teachable moment. This is a critical thinking exercise because what I know, and I think it has to do with generational, a lot having to do with generational, and in some areas the N-word is regularly used. You know, the guy I married, his friend one time in Tennessee said, "What's up, N-word to me?" And I'm in California, okay? In Tennessee, they was one of the cities where they talk to each other that way more willy-nilly. But his friend, one time, this was years ago, he said, "What's up, N-word to me?" And I was like, bro, you know, like, what, huh? Because I'm not in neighborhoods no longer where it's readily to be said that way. So I don't hear people saying the N-word all frequently. Not saying I don't use it. My family, we don't use it. But I don't hear it as frequently because I'm not in areas where it's thrown around and said as a euphemism for like, hey, you, or, you know, endearing. So when he said that, me as a person, a black woman, was like, why are you calling me that? Knee jerk, okay? And so your audience will hear that. Because what she's saying, when you want my viewers, my audience, but if you post that picture online, just like I saw it, I didn't start following you until I saw this. I saw your post on another woman's Instagram. I'm following you now because I think you're a bad chick and I want to see you do great things. I'm not following you because you got a picture of your ass saying, took this, okay? I'm following you because you're a bad chick. And I think you know that. That's why you're feeling yourself. You made a mistake, sis. I don't know if you think I don't know, because y'all, I'm different. I think it's bad. I think it's in bad taste that she still has that on her Instagram and she has it on TikTok. I think she's doubling down saying, forget you, this is who I am. What I believe, Ebonee, beautiful Ebonee Davis, is that you're pigeonholing yourself. You're pigeonholing yourself and putting yourself in a narrow position when it might harm you. If the person deciding on if you got that contract, in fact, if that was a racial thing, if it was really racial like you think it is, which is a possibility, you're not hurting that person. That's a racist. If you lost the contract opportunity because the person doesn't see us equally, or which is, you know, it's some degree of that everywhere. But was it basically because you're black and as a content creator, these are some of the struggles that you and us and we as a group have to navigate through? Ebonee, what? They just found another black girl. So it's like you taking poison and expecting him to die. Do you understand what I'm saying, y'all? Anyway, you guys, I think I've talked too much on this video. I hope you stay with me. This is I'm a 20th kid, and this is Critical Thinking with the 20th kid. Y'all join me and y'all watch my other series. I got another series called Reunite Sandy Speaks, and I'm gonna add more series to this channel. But right now I'm gonna focus on Reunite Sandy Speaks and Critical Thinking with the 20th key. Thank you guys for joining me.